Okay, so here I am in Google Docs, and I'm going to assume that you've used Google Docs a little bit before. If you haven't, you can just sign up for a Gmail account, and then once you get logged into your account, just click on the Drive icon over here in the top toolbar to be taken to your Google Drive. Now, if you've used Google Drive or Google Docs, you know that you can compose your documents up here, and you've got all your documents listed in the My Drive area, in the Activity area, and all that kind of stuff. Our Google Drive account with a local folder on our desktop. So if you look at the bottom left corner of your Google Drive account, you should have a Download Google Drive link. If you don't have that, you can just search Google for Download Google Drive and you'll find it. But once you find that link, go ahead and download it. So I'm going to click on Google Drive for Mac. If you're on Windows, again, this is almost the same. Even this box looks pretty much the same. And I'm just going to hit Agree and Download. Now you'll have to install this file like you would a normal program. So it's going to be a .dmg file on Mac, probably it is a .exe file on a Windows. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let this download finish. While that's happening, I want to mention that one of the cool things about using Google Drive with a local folder is that you can edit your documents while you're offline. You don't have to be connected to the internet. So if you've got a laptop, you might be on a plane that doesn't have internet access, you could have Google Drive, have all your stuff synced, edit some documents while you're on the plane in Word or text editor or whatever program you use, and then when you get back to an internet connection, those files will sync with your files online in your Google Drive account. So once you've got it downloaded, go ahead and install the application. I'm just going to click to open the install Google Drive.dmg file. I'm going to have to drag it to the applications folder, I believe, here, unless it has its own little wizard. Don't remember. Let's shrink this. Exactly. So we're going to drag this to the applications folder. And when you first set this up, there's going to be some initial configuration. You're going to have to enter your Google account and that kind of stuff. And you're going to have to show Google Drive which folders in your Google Drive account you'd like to sync. But after you do that, it'll be pretty much automatic. So now I'm just going to go into my applications folder, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up Google Drive. So here it is. On Windows, it'd be the same thing. You go to your Start menu, My Programs, open up Google Drive. We'll take a second to open up here for the first time. Go ahead. Needs my permission. That's cool. I'll enter my admin password. Okay, so like I said, the first time that you open up Google Drive, you need to log in. So I'm using my test account, which is AnsonAlexander88@gmail.com. I'll enter my password, and we'll go ahead and sign in. Close this applications. And you're going to go through a little bit of a wizard here, and it's going to tell you how things work. You don't have to send crash reports if you don't want to. I'm just going to go ahead and hit next. You'll notice that at this screen right here, this second screen, by default, it's going to sync all of your files with Google Drive and your local folder, which you might want. But you could also hit this Advanced Setup button, and you could choose which folders in your Google Drive account that you actually want to sync to your local computer. I'm going to go ahead and let them all sync. But you could say, I only want test collection to sync instead of all of them. You can also change the location of your folder. So, and this is something that you definitely want to do at the beginning before you get it all set up. So let's say I want this on my desktop. I'm going to go ahead and hit change. I'll just click on desktop. It would be the same in Windows. It's going to look a little bit different. And then I'll just hit open, and you'll see now it's going to put it to my desktop. The Google Drive folder is going to be on my desktop, so I can just easily drag things in right from there. You can decide whether you want to start Google Drive automatically. That's up to you. And obviously, you probably want to have this checked. That's the whole point of watching this tutorial, is to be able to sync Google Docs files. But you could uncheck that so that you just have some local versions of your files and you don't want them to make the changes online. I don't see too much of a reason to uncheck that, but that's up to you. And the proxy, you can just leave that as is unless you specifically know that you need to change this. You don't have to worry about that. So go ahead and hit Start Sync. Again, cancel my software update. It's going to take a little while the first time when you're syncing. You'll notice that a Google Drive folder now just appeared on my desktop. And you'll see that I'm starting to get some files into this folder. So you can see the folders I have online are also in this Google Drive folder on my desktop. And I've also got my Word docs and some Excel. Actually, these are Google Spreadsheet and Google Doc documents. In order to edit them, you need to convert them for editing. So if you just drag in a rich text file or a Word file or an Excel file, before you can actually edit it online, you need to right-click and hit on the Export to Google Docs link. That's going to go ahead and it's going to convert the file. You can see that if you look at my thing, by the symbol here, it's now a Google Docs Word file. I still have the old version, but I can now edit this file because I converted it to Google Docs. So don't forget to do that.